What's up, everybody? What's going on out there? This is the Color Commentary Wrestling Podcast. I am one of your hosts. I am Nix. I am the Triple H of this whole damn thing. I brought all these wonderful people together. This is a BYSG media presentation, and this is what I do.
Should have known.
Yeah.
That was coming.
So, Lord. Instead of me doing all the work myself like I did last time, I will leave it up to these wonderful people to introduce themselves because we all have our own personalities. So, without further ado, let's go around the room. I'm going to pass it to the right-hand side right here. I guess, we're going to give it over to the Mrs. of the show, the Stephanie McMahon of the show. Introduce yourself, my lady.
What's up, y'all? I'm KD. That's it for today.
That's it. That's okay.
Hi, KD.
Just KD.
Hi, KD.
Hi.
Let's pass the mic over to the Spiracy from the House of Jones, the House of Slim.
I am Slim Jones, man, and I am not a Triple H Paula Beck stan. Somebody has to be a voice of reason around here.
He's more of a Tony Khan stan.
The voice of the voiceless. So that's Slim Jones, aka I'm on Tony Khan's payroll.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. We coming out the barrel in this one, ain't we? Man.
We gonna pass to the other Jones up in the podcast.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's Static Jones, baby. Boom.
Hey, that's my guy, man. I love that dude, man. All right, and we're gonna pass it now to our senior official.
See,
Earl
Ooh.
damn.
The melanated Mr. Fuji.
I said it before. That neck gonna get lit up on Wednesday. That's all I got.
He's definitely coming to your house for Christmas.
That sausage is gonna get cooked. I'm telling you, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. It is your frosty bearded blurred corn getting fried over here by the Triple H of the group. All right.
Wait, you're frosted beard. What's your name though? You're the frosted beard.
Navy Montel. There you go.
Okay,
thank you so much.
There we go.
My
Good
name
answer.
is an
Good answer. It's up there.
That's
It's up there,
right.
Steve. It's up there.
It's up there.
You can read it right there. See, you can read it.
For those of you who are fans of Lucia, she should be joining us soon. But we have a special guest in the building.
Yay!
The forbidden door has officially now been opened for the Color Commentary Podcast. And coming through the forbidden door from the Blurred Spot Podcast, he got the hit single out right now. That's on Blurred.
Ooh,
Hopefully that's going to be tearing up a con scene sometime soon. Let's introduce yourself, sir. What's your name? What you go by?
At the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion of the Blurred Community, June 88. And if anybody wants to shout this shiny son bitch right here, feel free to step up and get your ass kicked. That's how you feel.
Right. That's on Blurred. I like that shit right there.
I'll be the general manager. I'll book the match.
On comedy.
But yeah, it's the boy
Yeah.
June 88, the Blurred Spot Podcast. Shout out to my squad. Thank y'all for allowing me to be on the show tonight. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm humbled and ready to talk to wrestling.
Oh, yeah, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is the podcast, so let's go ahead and kick this thing off.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest set for one fall.
All right, so
That makes me laugh every time I hear that. I swear to God.
first of all, I want to do a quick shout out to Battle Club Pro. They had Jobber Slam 2 this weekend in Brooklyn. Their main event was between Big Swole and Mia Yim. Several other nominated, wonderful wrestlers who were there. So shout out to them. Also, shout out to the Hardy Wrestling Podcast for covering that. That was a dope event. Hopefully, we will be popping up at events like that here live and local to give you all that live coverage from the CCW Podcast. Real quick, let's go into our recaps for the week. Let's start off with Monday Night Raw. So Raw was kind of mid this week. The Judgment Day brutally squashed Rey Mysterio's chair against his head and chest, assaulting him at the top of the show. Alexa Bliss and Asuka defeated Nikki Ash and Doudrop to advance in the WWE Women's Tag Team Title Tournament semifinals. The Miz and Ciampa defeated Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander, which I did not like because Cedric Alexander is my guy. Carolina represent.
Hey, but that was a good match nonetheless.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I still wanted to go the other way though. Kayfabe, I guess.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre defeated Kevin Owens in by disqualification. That disqualification, of course, was in part of the Usos showing up. Everyone got kind of hyped about that impromptu match anyway, because it started out with them saying we're wrestlers in a wrestling ring, so let's just wrestle.
That promo was awesome.
Everyone lost their mind. Yeah, dope promo, of course. A returning Riddle caught Seth Rollins off guard and ignited an intense brawl. So we should see that popping up soon.
Please let it end, please.
A very, very, very mid, I would say even just slaw match from Veer Mahan, feasting on some local cat. I just don't believe him to be the monster that they're packaging him to be. So we need something done there. We had a United States Championship match. Bobby Lashley retaining against the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Didn't like that too much.
Cap.
You don't like that? You want AJ to win that?
Over the worst spear in professional wrestling history? Yes.
The worst spear.
The worst spear.
They don't even agree with that.
Even the next generation is like, yeah.
That's crazy. I
mean, I wanted Styles to win it, but I knew he wasn't going to win.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Dakota Kai defeated Dana Brooke, of course, because Dana Brooke always loses. And Theory defeated Dolph Ziggler in a grudge match to end the show. So that was Raw. Smackdown this past Friday, coming from Canada. We saw Ronda Rousey being arrested at the top of SmackDown after assaulting more officials. To cheers, actually. She wasn't getting booed this time, which was dope.
You mean the Performance Center security? Oh, yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say that out loud. I'm so sorry.
It's great kayfabe. That's what we're doing.
Man, they was about as intimidating as Pixie Sticks. Okay.
One of them had a man bun. I was like,
what kind of security is you? Right.
So we did not get a chance to see Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons in the Women's Tag Team Championship tournament. However, they were replaced by Toxic Attraction, and they defeated veteran Natalya and Sonya Deville. Okay, whatever.
Oh, no, Toxic Attraction again.
Yeah, so now I guess they're on the main roster. Hit Rose, Ashante the Adonis, Top Dollar, and B-Fab cleared the ring of the Maxim male models to give a special performance. So we got a feud brewing there. Sheamus emerged victorious in a fatal 5-way match to win the IC title opportunity at Clash at the Castle.
That was a good match. That was good. I was glad to see let Sami Zayn be Sammy. Sorry.
Yeah, Sammy was getting a lot of pop. Sammy was getting a lot of pop, but of course he was a hometown boy that night.
Just let him be a face again, because as a heel,
it's coming.
It's getting so dry. I'm sorry.
I ain't gonna lie, like his heel run has been kind of funny, but it's about time to turn him.
Yeah.
From what I see, if they're setting it up right, they're gonna turn Sammy face. They're gonna pair him with Kevin Owens, and then Sammy and Kevin are gonna defeat the Usos for the titles. That's how I see that going.
Yeah,
but could be wrong.
Honestly, I can see Triple H building him back up to be a force to be reckoned with, because he was at one point he was a champion, a world champion. He was the NXT champion for a short time.
Yeah, he was definitely that guy. He was definitely that guy for real. Let's see. We have comments. We don't usually have comments.
Okay, what?
Sammy got a lot of love. Didn't even say much to get that pop. Hey, he was a hometown boy. Joffrey Robinson, appreciate you checking in there with us on YouTube, man. Appreciate it.
Is that our first comment?
Yeah. Before episodes in, we got comments, bitch.
Joffrey made history. Appreciate you, fam.
Begins.
But he's not wrong, though. I would say he's not wrong, though, because I was a fan of him as El Generico and him and Kevin Steen when they were just killing it in Ring of Honor. But when Sammy came to NXT, I loved the run. I loved it. And bringing Kevin Owens in was phenomenal. And that was what really captivated me when he came to TV, because you were telling a story. Now, mind you, him on his run as a heel, I really didn't care for it, honestly, because it's like, look, this man was not doing this much talk at NXT. I see him move around doing his thing, and this cowardly running around BS was driving me nuts. Waste of talent.
So real quick,
real quick, it didn't seem like Sammy's NXT run was that long. It's like he had a short.
It wasn't, and that's what irritated me, because he you seen him all over the world doing a thing, and it was kind of like, okay.
Him and Kevin Owens, they run was like that, like quick.
And who can forget the match that him and Pac had?
Wow. Yeah, Adrian Neville. It was Adrian Neville. Okay. Pac never was in the WWE. It was Adrian Neville. Falcon Arrow, Adrian Neville.
The Viking Raiders gave the New Day a Viking funeral, which was kind of weird. Liv Morgan finally picked up a win and defeated Shotzi. Drew McIntyre.
Shotzi though.
Can I say something real quick? That might be disturbing. The Viking experience sounds like a hairy dominatrix.
Oh,
Wow.
wow!
I'll
come with that heat today.
Wow. That soda almost went down the wrong direction, sir.
They call them anyway. They call the Viking Raiders anyway.
Oh my gosh!
The Viking experience. Viking Raiders.
Like you pull up to the massage parlor and like, well, you can have the girlfriend experience. You can have the
Viking experience.
You can have the Viking experience.
You go to Valhalla with the Viking experience.
I just
and then you walk in and Kratos is your masseuse.
Nah.
Too much.
I just feel bad.
No, your masseuse was like an angry Bridget Nielsen. She got mad at how she was treated as Red Sonja and Conan. So it's like, what the fuck?
Oh God!
Pineapples, stop it! I don't want no more.
Pineapples.
Where's my pants? Let me get out of here.
In the back.
We had safe words on the podcast.
Taking a weird turn early on.
Black people involved, like really, y'all burning wood, and there's black people involved in this storyline. This ain't right.
I know, right? That ain't right at all. And to end the night, we had Drew McIntyre having a face-to-face with Roman Reigns. Before them getting into it, Roman Reigns getting hit with a Claymore kick, and then Drew McIntyre raised both belts as to say he's going to win, but that's just wrestling for, that nigga ain't gonna win.
He might, this plan to separate the belts. So I think Drew might actually get one of the belts.
Yeah.
Not both.
Yeah, they're saying that rumor is that Roman, because what is it, USA or Fox? They're like, they mad because there's no belt on
USA.
Raw.
It's USA.
Yeah,
it's
USA
pissed off about it. Yeah. I remember hearing about that.
He's not even on Raw. We need one of those belts, Playboy. And so they saying Roman ain't leaving with one of those belts. He's not leaving.
To be fair, it's nothing wrong with having a champion who has two belts, but he's not around often enough and doing enough for being active enough to keep two belts, honestly.
Exactly.
Maybe
Becky Lynch was doing more with two belts than he is. Woo.
Maybe Netflix doesn't care if you have two belts.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Yeah.
I'll forget all.
We'll get that later on. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And also, we got the draft coming up, so they're gonna have to separate those belts.
Mm-hmm. So we move on to NXT Heatwave.
Oh my gosh! Do we have
no idea what you're talking about?
Do we have
Carmelo? We gotta cover everything.
Oh my gosh! No.
Hey, but I like Carmelo.
Carmelo Hayes defeated Giovanni Vici to retain the North American title. Then we had the Gallus boys show up again to attack the Diamond Mine.
Gallus is a badass faction, no lie. Cannot understand half of what they say, but they are badasses.
Cora Jade defeated Roxanne Perez in their grudge match. Former friends, whatever. Tony D'Angelo defeated Santos Escobar to split up his family, so he's gone now. And then we had Mandy Rose defeating the white should have been black Zoe Stark to retain.
The lady with soul. That's what we put out here. It was the lady with soul.
To end the night, we had Braun Breaker defeat JD McDonough, or Jordan Devlin, because I call him by his mama named him Jordan. I'm calling him Jordan. So he retained the NXT title to end the night. Then we had the remainder of the UK invasion, where we had Tyler Bate show up to hold the NXT title in the face of Braun Breaker to signify that Worlds Collide was be coming soon. We will get into that flub up later.
Can we comment real quick how when Tyler Bate came out, him carrying the belt, he looked like a little kid that got his from the souvenir stand and he couldn't keep it on him. I'm sorry. I love Tyler Bate. Don't get me wrong, because him and Pete Dunne had some matches that are still fired to this day. But
they didn't have no matches. They had some matches.
Matches. When he came up with that belt and he's keeping, I'm sitting there going, why does the belt look bigger than you, sir? Why?
Wow.
They had match AS.
Give you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, marks of all ages. Introducing
coming down finally from the rafters with Sting, because you know that that's pretty high up, if you get my drift.
Lucia Thunder Liger coming into the ring.
Lucia Thunder Liger.
Wow.
Stole my whole gimmick of the appearance.
And coming up behind her is Pensa El Zero Mero.
The Lauren Hill of wrestling pods.
Oh, wait, is that Kill Shot right above her? That's Kill Shot, isn't it?
Hi.
What's up, homie? Oh my God.
Before we jump into the Dynamite results and the Rampage results, Lou, how was GCW?
Oh, it was so much fun.
Did she
it was
forget?
so much fun.
Did y'all catch like 2 seconds? She forgot.
Blank. I've never seen that before. It's like, how was it?
How was what?
Oh, it was fantastic. Oh my Lord.
I was like, GCW.
I knew it.
She on another planet right here, yo. She like, yeah.
Just so you know, that spot right there is definitely getting repurposed in a reel. So
No.
It's all love. It's all love.
It was good though. It was good. I will say it was a little botchy.
Hibachi?
It wasn't no, not hibachi.
I'd like hibachi right about now. I wouldn't mind.
It sounds delicious.
It does.
But it was like, y'all know, like I like hardcore wrestling, so like if it's some blood, please give it to me. You know what I'm saying? So
except Shawn Michaels, we getting tired of seeing him bleed.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Oh, he bleed all the time. It's ridiculous. He needs some iron or something. But
anytime you leave the AEW event, you get your flyer and a vial of John Moxley's blood.
But yeah, no, I actually, because I'm not really like, I don't really watch GCW, but I like seen all these new wrestlers and stuff like that. There were a few black wrestlers did very well. So, and I got to talk to them after. So I'm trying to make content, but I've been working the last few days. I was gonna do like a video of all the stuff that I did and people I talked to and stuff. I am trying to remember his name. I can't remember his name to save my life, but he was on either Rampage or Dynamite, and he had a match with Mox, and everybody was like, "Who the fuck is this nigga?" Y'all remember him?
Mance Warner.
It was yes.
Mance Warner, yeah, he was in MLW.
With the cowboy boots.
Yeah, that's Mance Warner.
I got to meet him. He's silly as hell, but they were really cool. Like it was like their match was great. Like they had like a little part in the middle where they were doing some like comedy stuff. They had beers and stuff like that. You know, it was really cool because like it was only 4 rows. I bought 4th row, but shit, I stood the whole time because everything else was standing room, and it was so cool. It was so cool. I got to meet Bojack after.
Oh yeah, I would love to meet that young man. Yo.
Yeah. Oh, he's so still okay. Damn, maybe I shouldn't say this on here. Let's just say
no holds barred on the Color Commentary Wrestling podcast.
Okay, let's just say that all the niggas smelled like me at the end of the night.
Not the cushion cologne.
Nah, if you look at me, I'm high as hell.
Yo, those natural supplements be working for you, don't they?
Yeah.
I was like, this smells familiar. I was like, even some white guy said the same thing to one of the other wrestlers outside. It was like, that's a nice odor you got there. He was like, oh yeah, that's sweat. He was like, it's sweat. It's just sweat.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sweat from a
sweat.
pine tree. Got it.
Sweat.
Sweat from a bush. Yeah.
Condensation. Yes.
Sweat from the meadow.
it was cool.
Yes, meadow sweat. Yeah.
Yeah, we're glad you had a good time though. Hopefully we'll be joining you for some of those events, and we'll all get together and go to events as well too.
Facts.
If
Moving
you
on
guys
to
ever
Dynamite.
have GCW come out, go to it. It was a lot of fun.
Moving on to Dynamite. Interesting show this Wednesday.
That's a word
We
for it.
definitely kicked off the show with a promo from CM Punk. Him going toe to toe with Mox in the ring, and then of course they had a big old brawl. Tony Schiavone was backstage, Powerhouse Hobbs. Him and the Ricky Starks feud are continuing to go on. Then we had a 2 out of 3 falls match with Bryan Danielson and Daniel Garcia, which stole the fucking show.
Absolutely amazing.
It was.
Stole the fucking show. Timekeeper Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was there. It was phenomenal.
Ricky looks
Tony-
amazing.
Doesn't he?
Also, I made a note. It seems that Claudio is the only member of the Blackpool Combat Club that can actually wrestle through a match without getting his head split open.
His time's coming.
He takes iron supplements.
It's gonna happen soon. Now that you say it's gonna happen.
Give
Yeah.
it time.
Only
His
one, right?
His Ring of Honor Teflon is fading, so give him time.
I didn't know Judy was here.
She didn't even know.
Hi, Judy. I was like, who's this guy? The new guy? And then I read it.
He waved at you and everything. He's like, he said, "What up, Blue? What up, Blue? Hi." And then he stepped right back in.
Look, Lou, do
Hey, nigga, how you doing?
you need a minute to go to Gorilla for a second?
Go
Do you
get
need a
some
minute?
water, honey.
Hey, he said hi. She thought she was talking about how she was.
Right?
Yeah, I know she came in like, I was like, hey, Lou, hey, nigga. Oh, yo, GCW. Damn, nigga, stab.
Oh God.
I'm so
I said to you
sorry.
earlier, Lou don't ever change. Please don't ever change.
Lou, if you do, I'm driving across the border and I'm gonna find you. Okay.
content be
Yes,
way
You
less
been
funny.
smoking with RVD and Matt Riddle again. I done told you about it. Hey, weed is too strong. It's too strong.
There's no such thing.
I don't know now. I heard Moonrock and shit to fuck with.
Oh no, that. But see, that's some other stuff. Mm-mm.
Have you seen the weed that Snoop and Seth Rogen be smoking together? Oh,
Have you
good
seen
lord!
the weed that Willie Nelson be smoking.
Oh my God!
Man,
They said,
man.
I forgot what country singer said it. He said, "Awesome, I'll never smoke with Willie Nelson again." That's what he said. I mean, he said.
I bet you anything at one point Willie probably had a deep voice and he started hitting it and it started getting higher.
No. What about the weed that Kevin Smith got?
Ooh, wow.
All of them.
So you were saying
Tony Schiavone was backstage at a private party, and the AEW Tag Team Champions Swerve and Our Glory to hype up their match on Rampage. The premier athlete Tony Neeston came out with Smart Mark Sterling, and then got jumped from behind by Jon Moxley to have the CM Punk Brawl him part 2 of the night. The Varsity Blondes then came out to have a squash match with the Gun Club.
that was a fucking insult. Wow.
Mm.
Way
That did not need to
to
happen.
screw over Brian Pillman's son.
Yeah, that did
Like
not
he's any good. We don't care. We like your dad.
Hey, come on now, like that didn't need
Don't
to
do
happen.
that.
They could have.
No.
The whole reason they did that was to show the Gun Club turning on Billy. They didn't have to squash the Varsity Blondes. to
That
do
part. That they could have just been frustrated. They could have lost, been frustrated, went up to him, and then beat him up. There you go. That gives you cause. But no.
But we
Like
know
my thing with Brian Pillman, he just needs work on the promo, but he's actually rock solid in the ring.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Brian Pillman's not bad, but I think what it was he went away for a while because he was having like mental issues. So he stepped away for a while. So I think they're just trying to bring him back in some capacity because the team not really a team for real. Julia not there no more.
Right.
So they probably were just trying to give him something to do. I think he might be trying to like get back into it because he was gone for a minute. I think he went to a rehab or something. I'm not sure. I might be making that up. But he was off doing something, you know, for himself. So maybe they're trying to bring him back in the fold in some way.
Maybe a mental health facility or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
After that, Jungle Boy came to the ring, called out Christian. Christian and him.
Pussy.
Damn.
Without the shirt. Without the shirt, though. Yeah, Slim hit the nail on the head. Without the shirt, he should have wore the shirt. But of course, he did get in trouble because he wore the shirt. I'm sitting there going, "Wow, he's wearing something you've never had." Gotcha. Okay, I see how that works.
They could have sold them shirts, man, because I would have bought one.
Me too.
I want one bad. I might make one.
And there's so many jokes.
You might have to hit up his Instagram to get one.
There's so many jokes I can go with that for real.
Oh no, I'm thinking.
I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna keep going, sir. Keep going, sir.
Christian Cage came out, then got his ass whipped by Jungle Boy, got his arm stomped. You know, the old snake shindig. We snuck in a women's match. Toni Storm versus Kylan King. Toni Storm picked up a win to gain some momentum for her match with Thunder Rosa coming up at All Out. And then it was main event time, the AEW Trios Champion Tournament quarterfinals. We had La Facción with El Ídolo,
That's amazing.
Whoosh, and Dragon Lee to take on the Young Bucks and a special third guy who ended up being, as we all know, Kenny Omega. Massive pop, big pop. Not the biggest, but still a pop no less. And the Young Bucks and Kenny advanced in the tournament.
It looked like he wasn't really ready to come back because he was kind of stiff in that match.
I think he was selling it that way. To be honest,
I believe it's a work. I believe it's a work
because you remember how Matt Jackson was selling his foot injury for like months.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I just think they're that good. They can sell rust. I think they're just that damn good.
I agree with that because like he did
Sell ring rust.
He was trying to do like a
sell a can of ring rust. Yeah,
he was trying to do like a tonke and he failed. Like, oh, I can't run, but then you get right back up and like haul ass. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, like
And that's so the Dragon Lee is the bump of the week. That was the greatest thing I've seen.
Ooh.
That poor boy.
First of all, shout out to Slim John for coming up with the bump of the week. We're definitely gonna keep that segment going. But yeah,
Lulu's Lash Cream brings to you the bump of the week.
we're gonna come up with fake endorsements sponsored by Katie's Kitchen.
Don't start.
Jones and Jones Esquire. Nevy Monteo's beard cream.
His face.
Ass. That's all I gotta say. Ass.
Lucia's rolling papers.
Yo, I would love that.
Oh my gosh, they all have designs on them, you know,
right? Like they're all cute and shit. Like,
what if they were all like anime? Look, somebody about to steal my idea.
I know, right? Shh, we'll talk about this afterwards.
Right.
And to end the week, we had Rampage results. We started out with a Ring of Honor World Champion Claudio in the ring with Willow Yuta to kick off a promo, and we had the Natural Dustin Rhodes come out to challenge him next week for that same belt, which should be okay, I guess.
We know he's not one.
Yeah, pretty much.
What? I think it's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be good.
More and more, he is becoming so much the performer like his father. You could just see the charisma just coming off of him. He has what it takes. He just got to keep going.
He needs that one win. Ruby Soho and Ortiz are then backstage challenging Sammy and Tay for those titles for next week. So that should be pretty mid, I think. We had
she didn't say she was about to do what I was about to do. Like, bruh,
We had an AEW World Tag Team title match. Swerve and Our Glory retained against Private Party. I did not want that to happen because I think Private Party should have been champions by now, but that's just how I feel.
Yeah, they're sleeping on Private Party, man.
I hate that they're making them story devices and they're not doing their own thing because they're a solid tag team. They've been there since day one.
Yeah. Backstage, we had QT Marshall in the factory playing cards and dominoes to be interrupted by Hobbs. Then we had the FTW title match, Hook versus Zach Clayton, which was a squash. I'm so glad because I don't even know who the hell Zach Clayton is. Even still,
he's the reality, Zach Clayton.
That's Jay Wild's husband.
Word? Are you serious?
Yeah, for real.
Wow,
that's all the more reason to beat his ass. That's all I gotta say.
Damn, let me guess, you're not a fan of Jersey Shore, are you?
I mean, I watch the show, but I don't watch their spouses.
I've been to Jersey. No. Trust me, that show was so damn stereotypical. It's not even funny.
Damn.
Cool Hand Angelo Parker and Daddy Magic Matt Menard of the Jericho Appreciation Society then cut a promo. They had words for Hook. No one cared about that.
AKA the sports entertainers.
Yeah. House of Black Buddy Matthews then had a match with Serpentico, only to be interrupted by the Redeemer asking, "Where are the pagans?"
Where are your pagans? I love Miro, bro.
Off. Penelope Ford returning to live TV had a match with Athena. Athena pretty much got busy on her after a few spots from Penelope. We are now finally acknowledging the box in the crowd, so that's something. And then we had the main event, the trios quarterfinal match, the Best Friends versus the Trust Busters. I still don't like that name.
Wait, I have a question.
The Bust
Do you think they're going to try to bring Lana in with Miro?
I think they are.
They have Kip and Penelope.
Oh, that'd be a killer. That'd be a pretty killer story.
I do think we have a CJ Perry incoming. I do. But yeah,
one woman can touch me.
That was the week of wrestling, you guys. Any favorite spots or high spots from there that you guys liked from this week of wrestling? Besides getting back.
The matches that were fire, straight up. Yeah. The ones that were trash. You really don't need to speculate over that.
And this week was the week of promos. Like you had Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens deliver that amazing promo on Raw. Then Punk and Moxley had that promo on AEW Dynamite, and then it escalated into a brawl twice in one night.
Wait, did we talk about that already? Did I miss that?
Nah.
Yeah.
That promo was so fucking funny because Mox looked like every drunk guy.
I was gonna say the same fucking thing. Why did the whole brawl look so awkward? It's like two teenage kids.
Like, if you don't sit your drunk ass down. Sit your drunk ass down. Johnny, sit down. No, I want some of them, bro. Chill, Johnny.
Chill.
Call him Johnny.
Johnny, sit down.
Wow.
Not too much on John Moxley now. You know, his head's been busted so many times that he can never really heal all the way. So he gets cut twice a week. You cut your head.
Wolverine, you know.
You believe
that's true.
Wolverine.
Did we
But even Punk made light of that.
What is that?
Even Punk made a joke about that. Like he said, "Look, I would hit you, but I think you might bleed all on me."
Ooh.
Yeah.
That ain't even the scathing shit. That ain't even the scathing shit he said. The nigga said you are the number 3 guy in your own faction, which seems to be a recurring theme in your career. I was like, nigga.
That was crazy.
I mean, Mox threw some haymakers at him too, though.
Yeah.
Mox threw some haymakers at Punk too. He said,
"Look about Eddie Kingston." And said, "You're the third best Eddie. You're the second best Kingston."
Yeah.
Like,
ouch.
You're the second best John that I faced.
John, I'm gonna beat in Chicago. I'm like, fuck.
That would have been a perfect promo if it didn't have anything to do with Heyman.
Yeah, that would have been.
Yeah,
he bombs, boy.
Hey,
man.
What I do to you? I ain't even do nothing.
Yeah, Punk, I like Punk, but he was kind of a hole for that.
Yeah,
man, we need that.
I gotta honestly, I gotta say this: the whole segment with with Jade and the baddies and with Athena. I understand that Chris Statlander is going to be out. So now the question is going to be who is going to come to her aid, because y'all already know how I feel about Jade's run. Jade needs a challenge in order to even seem credible instead of just being this dominant champion and who's really not all that dominant. You're still learning. It's like a freshman giving a senior title.
Yeah, it's the second week. It's the second
I
time
mean,
and I'm going to keep saying it.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. It's very reminiscent of Beth Phoenix's run with the women's title because she was still kind of green when she had that title run.
Yeah.
But she was also in OVW before she came. So she's had the chops. She's actually had the chops. This is the first title ever for Jade. So I'm not saying I'm not putting her down because I think she's magnificent. But you still see the greenness in her. And that to me is what's hurting part of the women's division.
Goldberg is retired. He still doesn't have the skills that Jade has. And he was green as hell. He had a championship, beat Hulk Hogan.
But I can't
talk about something. You don't have to be the heel this podcast.
Are you sure Goldberg's retired?
But we can't, and we can't. I'm not gonna sit here and but see, it's also men and women too. So the politics are gonna be different also. Right. So his politics are gonna be different as well. So
true. But Goldberg been wrestling for 20 years and he still looks bad. I don't care. He hurts people. He doesn't look good. He has 2 moves. Let's be real. Somebody has to be a heel of this podcast. I think I'm about to take up the mantle because
say what you want about Goldberg, but say what you want about Goldberg. He looks great for a guy that's in his 50s. Like I want to look like that in my 50s.
Come on.
I look good and I'm in my 50s. So what's your point?
Don't crack though, so we good.
I'm waiting for you to say something, Chelsea. I was shaking my head like, don't say nothing. He was going to get you.
That's fine.
He was going to say something. That's all.
My point is, that's like a goal of mine to be that built in my 50s.
What's the name of that Saudi Arabia show WWE has? What is it called?
Sweet Saudi Money.
Sweet Saudi Money.
What is it called for real? It's kind of like WWE What If. It's
and your daughter was spot on too. She's like,
damn. As for that Jade spot, if you're a cosplayer, you probably hate Jade now because there was no reason to take a sledgehammer to her wings. She probably crafted herself. So that
that got me triggered.
That hurt my heart. I'm like, yo, if you're going after her, that's fine. But
like, bitch, that's my cosplay.
Well, sledgehammer.
This wasn't a part of the plan.
You cosplay as Storm 1 or 2 times, and
it took me 4 months to build them damn.
You know the struggle. You know the struggle. Why would you do that to someone else's cosplay?
That was a version 1. I think that the real wing she wanted wasn't ready. They have to hit her with the version 1 to go out there. Now she'll come with his version 2s. I'm for real. Watch. It's gonna be better.
Jade is probably one of those people that has all her cosplays commissioned too. So
that part.
She don't know the hardship of building because she gets all hers commissioned.
Not
Yo,
the
them fighting words right there.
You actually went there. Oh.
That was some truth spoken in that. That was truth spoken.
I don't even go there.
Damn, baby.
That's what I'm talking about, KD. Join the heel side.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pipe bomb of the night.
I think my wife just did a heel turn.
Sorry, guys, it's been a long day.
Speaking of CM Punk, we got to segue into this backstage heat. So, after some pointed and reportedly off-the-cuff shots from Punk to Page on this week's Dynamite, we're hearing more and more about these dudes and their issues. Meltzer wrote in the Observer that right now there's a ton of backstage drama involving many of the top guys that have gotten much worse in the recent weeks, which obviously includes Hangman and the current world champion. Quote, the big thing that all this is that Colt Cabana is not in the Dark Order with no angle and stopped being brought to television. He was going to be cut, but Khan signed him for ROH. This is really the catalyst of everything, although different people have different stories as to what happened, including Page and Punk. This is meanwhile while the AEW teams like Hangman and the executive producers like the Young Bucks are in their positions because of self-promoting strategies for independent wrestlers Cabana has pioneered. The words that Hangman himself said during his pre-Double or Nothing promo that kind of set Punk off in the first place was when he said, what happens when you go back to the curtain? It's those small, quiet moments when you think no one's watching. That's what makes you a champion. You talk a big game about workers' rights, right? Well, you're shown the same exact opposite since you've gotten here. So with the beef now, apparently, between CM Punk and Hangman Adam Page, we now know why, as soon as he came out there, he called out Hangman Adam Page. And I thought it was kind of weird that why would you even call him out when you're now in a feud with Moxley? But, you know, I think it now speaks to why he said, you know, everyone wants to be a champ, so it's time to do champ shit, which is a direct rip off the cowboy shit thing. The backstage heat between AEW, Page, and Punk, what do you guys think?
I think it's great for business. I think CM Punk has a problem with people from Texas. Stone Cold already had said some things about him, and that is.
I thought Page was from Virginia.
Yeah,
no, Page is from West Virginia.
He's from West Virginia.
Oh yeah, West Virginia. Well,
yeah, he just likes being a cowboy. That's it.
Yeah. Has an issue with cowboy shit. So
He ain't really about that cowboy life. He just likes doing it.
You too can have cowboy shit.
The coal miner shit.
Damn.
But yeah, my opinion is, look, if there's some real issue backstage, y'all sell it backstage. No need to bring it out on air, man.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what kind of person Punk is. He got to bring everything to the. He got to just bring everything to the forefront for no goddamn reason.
And I get it if there's a purpose behind it, but the problem is you got people watching it. So now you've got questions out there aren't really any answers to that have got nothing to do with the show. So you've just created another dilemma for yourself.
And on top of that, because of that whole ordeal, a lot of people turned on Punk this week. I have seen memes out the ass, dude. Like I see a whole bunch of memes saying Triple H was right all along.
That's the first thing that I was saying. I saw that. Everybody was posting that promo. That
everybody keeps posting that on TikTok, dude. Like they keep saying that Triple H is right. Like when I was a kid, I thought CM Punk was right. Now I'm an adult. Now I understand Triple H.
But see, though, here's the funny part about it. The same thing Punk said about Vince and Triple H happened. Now the same thing about what Punk, like Triple H said about Punk is happening. So it's like they called it. Like, damn.
What if this was a work like years in the making?
You know how
that would not surprise me one bit.
Wow.
That's a long fucking game right there.
That would not surprise me one bit. That would be insane.
That would be giving Tony Khan too much credit.
Like Tony Khan inherited a storyline. Shit.
I called Triple H like, yo, I got an idea.
Not too much on Tony Khan.
I mean, Stephanie McMahon did say that she's open to working with Tony, so you never know.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Vince is eating up all the raw steaks because he is hating it too.
Now, this McMahon come in the house like, oh, buddy from Boys in the Hood. In the front room, don't
It's about Cuba Gooding Jr.
Stupid company stinks.
Using words like wrestling.
Yo, your ass down, Mr. Herbert. Okay.
Oh my God.
So with more WWE news popping up here, we have a new promotion. The Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, on top of the Vince McMahon retirement and Triple H taking over as head of creative and Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan being co-CEOs, Shawn Michaels has now been given the title of Vice President of Talent Development Creative. Now, it was no story that showed exactly what this title means and what he's going to be doing, but I did Google the actual title. Basically, a vice president of talent acquisition works in the human resources department of a business or organization to oversee talent acquisitions. It develops staff identities, evaluates and recruits potential candidates for open and usually long-term positions. So it looks like what Shawn Michaels will be doing is bringing in new talent and grooming them for either NXT or the main roster. Do you think Shawn Michaels is capable of doing this?
Yes.
Yeah, he is the WWE version of Christopher Daniels popping up out of nowhere to have their the talent sign paperwork and stuff like he's doing on BT.
Like, can we just talk about how ironic this is that D Generation X, the rebels, they're now running the show now.
Like literally running.
No, the anti-corporate is now corporate. Who the
man? Come on, it's not ironic. It's nepotism.
Do you think Road Dogg's gonna come back?
Probably.
Wait a minute, hold up.
What is this?
Stop for a second.
Yeah, I caught that too.
You said nepotism?
Yeah, he said nepotism.
Yeah, run that back.
We have to go fast forward past that. Like, well, hold up.
These damn villain story arcs are really getting
First
deep.
of all, you're not going to fast forward past it like you didn't say what you just said.
Now I got to get that sound because this has happened too often now. I got to get that sound.
Slim Jones and his villain story arc is already.
Look how Stone Cold looking at you.
Wow.
Now look how Marvin Gaye looking at you.
The fact that you are pulling all these up is absolutely scary. The fact he's pulling up these images this quick is freaking scary, okay?
Marvin looked distressed though.
He did.
Look how Vicky looking at you.
What? Hold on. So y'all can do what I did wrong. Is that not nepotism when you give your friends and family people power, shit like that? Is that right? Am I wrong?
Well, okay. Well, let's run it back then. Who would you have put in that position?
I don't know.
Exactly.
That's my job. I'm just saying I'm gonna give my best friend a job. Just Shawn Michaels, let's keep him alive.
What do you think I did with this podcast? I ain't hired no stranger. I didn't get together a group of strangers. I got friends together.
It's a difference. It wasn't a point. It's not a appointed position. You know what I'm saying?
But to be fair, who else? And it's not really a question to be answered. But Shawn's been in the trenches. He's been in the trenches. He was there when Hunter had to go because of medical issues. He stayed in there. I'm pretty sure he did not want to change the NXT to 2.0, but at least he stayed in there to try and do what he could. And then when he came back, why not give him a promotion? The man hung.
And with all due respect, I mean, Triple H probably looked at the landscape of the guys who could possibly do it. And he absolutely looked to his friends. But with Scott being dead, X-Pac being on whatever he's on this week, Kevin Nash will probably break a quad, head to the fucking boardroom.
Actually, he's been doing well.
Now, stop it.
Shawn Michaels was the one who left.
Actually,
he did an interview and he said he's not doing that shit again. His body, he said his body is rickety as hell. He is not doing that.
No, that's cap. Hey,
I'm not saying that he's gonna go get back in
doing a WWE Rivals interview talking about Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. He threw a damn ACL.
You know what? I'm tired.
No, I'm not saying he's good enough to get back in the ring or nothing. I'm just saying he's doing well now ever since that surgery.
I guess so. I just don't see they all have great wrestling minds, but
trust me, we're not seeing Nash getting back in the ring. No, we're not doing that.
I don't think Kevin Nash
getting back in the ring.
Like looking at what Kevin Nash did as far as booking, he was in WCW. I do not trust him with anybody in WWE today. Nobody.
No, yeah, because anyone who held any of those titles over there, you could just tell the booking was just so slipshod and just ramshackle. It was all wrong.
But you do have to give him credit. He pretty much confirmed what we all knew from the beginning about NXT call-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said that.
But we all saw that. Even on TV, we were like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, he even admitted that they did that on purpose.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels, when he did that whole spot, he was looking to the camera. He was like, we're having dog call-ups because, camera's here. Where's the camera? Here? Where's the camera?
Where's the hard cam? In the bathroom.
Wow.
Because you remember when they started releasing all them talents, like, I don't know about Triple H, but I knew Shawn Michaels and Rodo, they was pissed because they helped build up half them talents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Luckily, Triple H is doing his thing to try to bring most of those guys back. Speaking of NXT, there was a big fuck up during Heatwave. Big fuck up. So
the show itself.
After the match between
thank you. Someone caught that. Thank you. I was gonna say the show itself.
the match with Braun Breaker and JD McDonald. Braun takes the NXT title and stands to his music as it hits. Then the NXT UK champion Tyler Bate interrupts and comes out to a huge pop. Unfortunately, there was a tournament for the NXT UK championship that began on August 11th, and it has not televised yet. Yet Bate came out holding the title. So basically, that was just one big ass spoiler that flushed 3 weeks of television down the drain.
You know what? Dixie,
yeah.
you said this is a big fuck up. You said Heatwave. I thought that was a tagline.
No, that's a real event.
It was a big fuck
They're no longer. They're no longer doing NXT Takeover. They're just calling it different names now, like Heatwave.
That's ugly.
No, that's still dumb. You know.
Yeah, they've even taken away the greatest thing about NXT, and that was Takeover. That's
yeah.
But yeah, the fuck up. What do you guys think? I mean, nothing really to say about it. I mean,
that's kind of crazy though. I actually didn't hear that. That's crazy. Like, what are they gonna do to fill that time now?
Yeah, they're gonna sit there and say, "You want to know how he became champion? Here's the tournament in all its entirety."
And they're and I can see them doing it too. Like, do you want to know how Tyler Bate overcame and became champion? Tune in for the tournament. Like, I don't give a fuck now. I know he won it.
Who did he beat? What kind of beef is he gonna have? Who's been?
There is one good thing. Luckily for them, nobody really watched it that much. So,
when it was on the WWE Network, I looked forward to it.
Who was booking that show? George Lucas?
Oh, I forgot to mention.
Wow.
I know they moved all the WWE content onto Peacock, but they just unedited most of the footage. So you can actually go back and watch the Attitude Era in its entirety. You can watch ECW now because they had people edit all the problematic stuff, but
so
now
they de-vinced all of the videos.
Basically,
good.
Until they
really.
Yes. That's the only reason. That is the only reason I never got Peacock because I knew. Because they confirmed that they was going to edit most of the videos once they made it onto Peacock. I was like, yeah, I'm not watching that.
Well,
but then
they may be going to Netflix though.
Yeah, that's the other big thing. So apparently WWE is in talks with moving SmackDown and Raw to Netflix. Now, me personally, okay, that's fine. But when you already have Peacock and Hulu rebroadcasting Raw and SmackDown, I really don't care to need it on Netflix unless Netflix is about to start getting into live streaming. Now,
I was just gonna say, are they like? Is it gonna be like a live thing? I was just about to ask if Netflix have live TV that I don't know about.
No, Netflix doesn't have live. The only thing live is how much money they take from you. That's the only thing that's live about Netflix.
I don't understand the point then.
Yeah,
it might be a new rollout for Netflix, and somebody kind of like let some stuff slip. Because they're the only one who doesn't have live content.
I mean, that'd be awesome.
But I'm okay with that.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool if you could upload all the episodes of Raw and SmackDown, like from the past events, you know.
But if they upload all that content, you know how much shit they're gonna take off of Netflix,
right?
Netflix already has a reputation of taking stuff off. The people are watching and giving
HBO Max
that no one cares about.
HBO Max finna top Netflix, especially with the new guy in charge of Warner Brother Discovery. They taking a whole bunch of stuff off.
Yeah, I mentioned that in my episode 127 of the Do Speak Eat podcast, dropping this Monday.
Hey,
well, Tubi, you're about to get my non-money. Let's go.
Non-money.
But in continuing on NXT UK news, they dropped damn near all of their talent. NXT UK has released several wrestlers, from those including Amale, let's see who else, Kenny Williams, Amir Jordan,
Primate was released,
Dave Mastiff, Zia Brookside. Pretty much damn near everybody is gone now.
Whoever picks up Dave Mastiff, y'all need to cast him hard. I could have seen him with the Viking experience. I swear, saying that is like poison. And then becoming a seriously pretty badass faction.
But thoughts on that? Because I know a lot of wrestlers, probably in the locker room, were like, "Yeah, our jobs are safe now." Everyone except you guys.
From what I heard, like Triple H gave him a choice. Like, yo, you can stay, you can go. Because I heard they're supposed to be like NXT Europe, some big European.
Yeah, that's gonna be a rebrand. Yeah, they're supposed to be releasing that next year, middle of the year next year.
Yeah,
because I think Triple H has kind of been talking to a whole bunch of different European promotions, and I have some of their talent come onto the roster.
Yeah, because they know Triple H going. He say, "Oh, y'all can leave," but once he gets it going, yo, come on back.
I think this is just a setup so he can do WrestleMania in Europe. And
that'd be awesome.
They've been talking about doing WrestleMania in London for like forever, and it's never happened. And I think with Triple H at the helm, it might happen.
WrestleMania in Europe would be a blowout success because they love WWE over there.
At the Tokyo Dome, that's the fire.
Ooh, they not ready. Ooh, no, they ain't ready for that yet.
My brother.
The Tokyo ain't ready for that yet.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Don't get me wrong. I would love to see that shit happen. But I think we are far away from that.
Yeah, there's some time to go with that one.
WrestleMania Tokyo Dome, shit.
That's setting up some hidden door type stuff too. That's heading up some hidden door type stuff.
Could we sell Donovan to make that show? If they
it could be like Wrestle Kingdom X WrestleMania.
Could we get rid of Donovan?
Wait, we ain't gonna say. Wait, Static. What did you say? Say that.
Wrestle Kingdom Mania.
Wrestle Kingdom Mania, like a whole little crossover between
Wrestle Kingdom Mania, the Elite Edition.
I would pay any amount of money to see WWE. It's something like that. Take my monies right now.
We gotta have Okada versus Roman Reigns.
What you got going over though?
Okada.
I gotta see where y'all at.
Definitely.
Well, see, look, this is what. Okay, so remember last week after the show, we were talking kind of about like who we would put in a Forbidden Door match with WWE and AEW. How would they do that? Because you can't have anybody go over your top guy. That just kind of like sort of makes your company just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, how could they have somebody go over Roman Reigns? Because then he wouldn't be the best. You know what I'm saying? So how do you sell that after?
He's the top guy, but he's not the top wrestler. So if WWE is going to do a Forbidden Door type thing, they're going to put their best wrestler over there, not their best guy. Because, I mean, hell, Luchasaurus could beat Roman Reigns for real. Come on, man.
But I'm saying, like, okay, for instance,
I feel what you're saying, though. For real,
he ain't wrong. I love my nigga Roman, but he ain't wrong.
No, I totally understand. And I don't want to say I agree because he's hot, but
Luchasaurus.
What do with the match though?
Both of them, I love Luchasaurus, and Roman is my baby daddy in my head.
Oh my Lord!
Look, let me.
Oh my Lord!
Oh my God!
Wow!
She's in love with the Dollar General Jason Momoa.
Wow!
Oh shit!
Wow!
His glasses on.
Wow!
Ladies and gentlemen,
you actually went there.
A new bump of the week.
Wow!
Brought to you by Montel's beard cream. Because shit, you need to keep it soft.
Nix, you gotta bring out that holy shit.
I know, right?
That is definitely getting repurposed.
I gotta be now.
Damn.
That's literally time you look up at someone and just go, bruh. That's the only time.
Just drunk a whole bottle of violence.
Drunk a bottle of violence.
We don't
just did like a whole Vegeta Final Flash right there.
I agree with you though, Lulu. It would look bad for a guy to be, 720 something days as champion, then he lose to a guy in another promotion. So I totally agree with you saying.
Yeah, I don't see how they could do a AEW WWE type of deal. I don't see how they could, because who goes over? Okay, for instance, right now it would probably be Mox and Roman, right? Who goes over? Right. Who goes over? Because if Roman goes over, you're saying that this hardcore wrestler Mox that's always fucking bleeding is not as good as Roman Reigns. But then you're also so if it goes the other way, you're gonna say that Roman, the big dog, the Rock's cousin, isn't. You know what I'm saying? So how do you do that?
The only way I can see it working is if are we doing WWE and AEW or New Japan and WWE? Which one we doing?
WWE.
AEW.
Okay, it was really Tony Khan and Triple A got to sit down at the table like, yo, we gotta. This is who we going to. We gotta make it fair because like, yo, who going overboard? You gotta make it even because like everybody want to see the Elite versus the New Day. That's a given. So like they want to work.
Honestly, there are a lot of people that would rather see the Young Bucks versus the Usos.
And I would much rather see Kenny Omega versus Seth Rollins.
Yes.
But see, but it's like they would have to. All right, if we doing, how many matches we doing?
It's gotta be a 2-night event. It's gotta be 2 nights.
I would keep it short.
It has to be a 2-night event.
It's gotta be.
It's at least 2.
It would have to be like. It would have to be like, however many matches we doing. It gotta be a tiebreaker. Gotta be the one. Like, AEW gotta win something.
Match, yeah.
We gotta win something. And the last match gotta be a Roman Reigns versus whoever they top guy is. And it can't be no fuck finish. It gotta be.
See that was my thought. Like if you one of them going over is bad for both companies, and a fuck finish is gonna have all the fans upset. So really, how the fuck would you do that?
You would do a 6-man.
That's what I'm saying. You can't.
For the women, first of all, like it or not, knowing WWE, they're gonna want Charlotte to represent them for the women. So I would put Charlotte up against Britt Baker.
Yeah.
Well, since it's 2 women champions in both promotions, I would have Jade up against Bianca.
Don't do that to me, because I don't see no wrestling. I don't see. I don't. What are they doing? I don't see no. What? What? They wrestling? I don't see that at all. I just see.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, come get your
right there before we get canceled, okay?
I mean, if y'all two can share a baby daddy, I can have my moment.
You heard it first, ladies and gentlemen. Baby mamas and baby daddies.
Well, somebody can have Jason Momoa, and then somebody can have the Dollar General version of Jason Momoa.
Wow.
Then you got the.
I feel a little bit. I want him
version,
less
the guy
now
who played
that
for the
he divorced Lisa Bonet. It's like, I mean,
right, because Lisa was like the cherry on top.
Right,
Wait,
she
Jason
is
Momoa,
our,
he divorced Lisa Bonet.
Senpai.
Yeah.
So you can't. Where do you go? He just need to be gay now. You don't go to another.
Wow! Wait a minute!
Wow!
After you
That's
leave
what it-
Lisa Bonet,
Yo.
he just need to start liking men. There's no other.
Floyd is lit tonight.
That introduction would be
You
so
don't get no better than her
weird.
though. Like for real. Like just try. You don't
There's
like
a new
her.
faction that just is going to form next week. It's going to be me and KD. Oh, y'all bumper, boy. That's what I'm talking about.
Whoever.
Hey, we gotta have a comedy match, and you know who I would book? I would book Theory versus Orange Cassidy. That would be the comedy match.
I'm with you.
I have a completely out of left field match. And this is a wrestler that hasn't been mentioned, and it's not in either promotion. I would love to see Luchasaurus go up against Jeff Cobb.
Ooh.
I would love to see Jeff Cobb do a tour of the islands on Luchasaurus just to see if he can do it, because that is a bad dude.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna
Luchasaurus
say
like
out of left field, I want to see Jacob Fatu versus Roman.
he would kill his ass.
Who?
After that Twitter beef, he would kill his ass.
Who get what?
Fatu would kill
Yeah.
Roman. After Twitter beef.
Yeah, he would kill Roman. Roman be like, I'm the tribal chief. You're like, motherfucker, you serious? And just come off. Just come at him.
He wouldn't even let him finish the sentence. I'm the tribal. Bam.
At all.
I tell everybody all the time, I think Jacob will wash Roman Reigns. People are like, no, dude, Jacob will wash Roman Reigns, hands down. Like dirty laundry will wash him.
He watching nigga on delicates straight up.
After his run as champion and part of Contra, them boys did not play. They did not play at all.
I would have the House of Black versus the Judgment Day.
To me, I would want to see the Fiend versus Aleister Black.
The Fiend?
Yes.
Okay.
Not versus the Demon.
Wait, who? The Demon what?
Oh wait,
wait, Demon what? Hold on, wait, Demon who? You mean Finn Balor with paint on his face?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still
No. You said the Demon. Finn Balor with paint. The Fiend and Finn ain't nothing different about these two motherfuckers.
Oh my gosh, Judy did not take his meds today. I can tell.
Darby Allin versus
Demon.
Judy did not take his meds. He is off the chain.
The Fiend is a different person when he wrestles. Finn Balor just I got paint on myself.
House of Black versus the Judgment Day would be kind of cool because I could see Rhea actually holding her own against those guys. They're not that big.
You see what she do to Dominique? Dominique don't even know what to do with himself.
Yo, shut your mouth, because Dominic Mysterio is having the time of his life right now, being dominated by Rhea Ripley.
Boy, do you hear me? He's fulfilling all his fantasies.
Is living all our best lives right now.
Bless his heart. He just got out of puberty now. He is enjoying himself.
I can just see now.
I can just picture a stare down between her and Brody King.
Brody King, I wish you would try me. Go ahead.
He would be too busy looking at all his tattoos and be looking at him. Just
but ain't his girl
so colorful?
House of Black? Hey, who? Ain't his boy? Her boy? Ain't Buddy Murphy his dude? Her dude? Buddy Murphy like, yo, man, that's my girl, dog. She my girl, man.
Hey, the best matches are people who are close to each other. Like Triple H and Shawn Michaels, they're best friends, which means their rivalry was very intense. Punk and Cabana, they used to be best friends, but their rivalry was very intense as well. So the closer the person is to each other, the better the match is, because they know each other in and out.
Sasha and Bailey.
Yeah. I mean, Johnny Gargano fought Candice LeRae before they got married.
That was a fantasy right there too.
Yeah, I know, right? To be fair, when Rick Rude and Manny Fernandez broke up as a tag team, they had some wars between the two because they did not particularly care for each other. I thought that was interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm showing my age. I don't care. What you gonna do? Nothing.
Hey, I'm a wrestling historian, so I get you, man.
All I know is if I can show this right now, because Dominic Mysterio is eventually going to get some of us. He's gonna get all of this one day.
And he I like the way that just intro said Dominic will get all of that, and then KD comes to the screen.
No, he's not. He's not getting all of that.
I was like, wait a minute, what are we doing?
Sir, that is not what I signed up for. This is not that type of podcast, bro. This is not.
I didn't know we were doing that. Like,
technical difficulties, I apologize.
Are we having a draft already? I don't know anything about this.
Easy there.
We're gonna try to move on here. So, Slim Jones, speculation time, brother.
Oh,
speculation time
about that all night long. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be giggling about that shit all night.
I'm trying to move past it, but
no, we here now.
This is a whole new kind of podcast now. Now they're gonna tune in for real now.
Who he giving his wife to?
Do you speak geek?
All right.
Who he giving his wife to? I just want to know. GCW.
we gonna figure it out. But speculation time. So they did move up the CM Punk John Moxley unification match to Wednesday night on Dynamite. This was their big pay-per-view main event, and now you're just gonna put it on Wednesday. For why? Speculation is this may not be the main event after all, and there may be some interference. There may be a better option, maybe even someone better, and you know it. What do we think about the possibility of MJF interfering in this match Wednesday night and making this pay-per-view match a triple threat for the AEW title?
I don't see it.
No, I don't see it.
You don't think it's gonna happen, or you don't think?
I don't know. Like MJF still has some momentum behind him, so anything's possible.
Yep, and
I think the thing that's happening between Mox and Punk right now is too real, and I think that's why they changed it to Wednesday. I think they had it at the pay-per-view, and then they were like, this nigga might not actually show up and fuck up the whole pay-per-view. So they took that shit off. Yeah, they was like, let's take this shit off.
How you know you're gonna show up Wednesday? If he that man, how you know that nigga gonna show up Wednesday?
You don't, but that's not the same as a pay-per-view, not an AEW pay-per-view at least.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's not the same thing.
True.
Like you remember when TNA had the Outsiders booked for a match at one of their pay-per-views and they no-showed, and Samoa Joe had to come out and just cut this awesome promo on them.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
You don't want that to happen again.
Yeah, and Tony Khan has never done anything like this before. Just take his biggest match and just throw it on the middle of the week. Like he's never done this before. So
that's why I think it's something that's happening for real. I think this is more real than we giving it credit for. I think something's actually really happening backstage. I think it's some like real heat on Punk right now backstage.
Well, my question would be with CM Punk, do you think it's just like he came into the game like it's like he came back, everybody was loving, now he's the most hated dude in the world right now. It's like,
well, if anybody
did it.
I mean,
understands Punk from the minute he came into wrestling. That man's always been outspoken on however he felt, so he's always been polarizing. So whenever he grabs a microphone, you know he's going to have something to say. And 9 times out of 10, he's not there to make friends. He's there to make a statement. He's there to make a point. So he's
right. But you also got to remember though, he came back talking about how he was going to uplift the younger generation of wrestlers. And now, what you're saying is you're not going to do that for Heyman because of some shit he said in a promo?
But I looked at that promo, I still don't get it. Like I watched the promo, I still don't get what triggered him. Like, what did he say that pissed you off that bad?
So basically, from what I gather about it, the whole thing when he said the whole workers' rights, there was a lot of tension and even just money tension pretty much between CM Punk and Colt Cabana when they had to go to court for, I think it was some sort of a booking thing. I'm not sure all the details exactly, but that really put a strain on them and they were like the best of friends. A lot of people thought that once Punk got to AEW, they would piece it up and he would see Colt Cabana rise to be a more prominent figure on AEW's roster, and that never happened. But, I guess with Colt being as close to the Dark Order as he was, and then, of course, Hangman Page being there too, Hangman kind of peppered that into his promo when he was going up against CM Punk at Double or Nothing. And, of course, CM Punk ain't like that shit.
But wouldn't you think that was something you would like, if it's that personal, man to man, if it's like, that's something you pull somebody to the side backstage, so you don't take that, like now it's public and everybody looking at it like, all right, what's really going on? I'm not going to go on no live and do some shit like that. Like, I'm going to at least try to put it to the side, talk about it, hash it out. But I ain't going to now the whole wrestling world looking at it like.
He just changed his name, yo.
Heel Jones.
That's funny.
He just turned heel on us.
See how this thing with Hangman and CM Punk is any worse than that promo that MJF, like when MJF was talking to him like face to face and he was like in tears, like you was my hero, like, and you like me and Donovan were sitting there like, is this real? Because MJF showed his mic skills. We saw a glimpse of what MJF would look like as a babyface. Like he was giving Punk like some real stuff, even at the end of it, because they shot it at the end of the show. And Punk like grabbed he was like, is this for real? Because MJF was like, I was bullied, I was a fat kid, and you were my voice. when I was younger, and you come, saying you're gonna uplift, us, the younger ones, and you not doing that. It's all about yourself. Like, I mean, he was like, Punk was, not Punk, but MJF was in tears, and me and Donovan were sitting there like, what is happening? And even Punk, he had nothing to say. And I was like, if MJF is acting, then he need to stop wrestling and give that man an Oscar. Put him next to Denzel or somebody, because he had me that night. But I don't see how what MJF said was 100 times worse, because he called him out first, like, you not doing anything you said you were gonna do. You weren't doing it back then, because MJF said that. He was like, you said back at WWE that you were gonna be there, then you did. And he was like, and that was during a crucial time in my life. And he was talking about how hard he worked because he wanted to be like CM Punk, and then he decided to be better. Of course, that's MJF. And he said some pretty scathing stuff. And I was like, what's going on there? I ain't got nothing on that. If I was MJF, I'd be like, you know what? Screw you, Tony, because I said that 5 months ago and it was better, and y'all didn't push that. I would come out with, when Cody come back, if I was MJF, I'd walk out with him. I would give them all the middle finger. Like, for real, this is not better than that. It is not better than what MJF said.
There's one other thing we got to take into account. What about that promo Eddie Kingston put on him?
Right.
But I look at it like this. I guess it's one of the things where I guess it's different when it's like, all right, Eddie and MJF, these promos are like, all right, there's promos. But I guess the promo Hangman cut, it was too close. Like, Cole Cabana and me had a personal relationship, and he told you or some stuff, and you use it in a promo. Now that pissed me off. This MJF and Eddie Kingston stuff didn't make me mad. I knew what it was. We talked about it. He probably didn't tell Punk about this, and he used it in a promo. Got it in.
I don't know. That sounded kind of personal, because he said, hey, he just came out and bluntly said, hey, man, look, I'm going to be real with you. Nobody here wants you. Nobody here wants you here.
Damn.
That is personal.
Yeah, the best promos always elicit emotion from whoever's watching and whoever's listening, even if it's a setup to something. Like MJF. Go ahead, Unc. Look, say what you will about the man, but when he gets on the microphone, he elicits emotion from whoever's watching and whomever's listening. So now we go to Hangman Adam Page, who fantastic wrestler, but the man's mic skills still need work. And the promo that he cut, I don't know how I really feel about that, because it seems like you're grabbing at something to get a response and get a reaction.
But isn't that kind of the point of promos, though?
It is, if there is a point to the response and then something after that. But after Punk said what he said the other night and there was no response, it kind of felt empty. Mm-hmm. It felt empty. It felt like it was just there to be said. I don't know.
So with that, do you think that maybe if this match is going to occur Wednesday night, that it's Hangman who interferes and they make a triple threat with Hangman?
I would. You should.
I hope not, because I didn't like Hangman's run.
It was very boring.
It was boring as
really
hell.
Lackluster. Yeah.
Fair enough.
The company didn't even believe in it when they gave it to him.
I mean, he had like just maybe like 2 good matches. One of them was with Vance Archer in that Texas Brawl match. That was actually really good.
It's not that he didn't have good matches. He's boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's a great wrestler. His matches are great. Yeah, but he is boring as hell. Like, I don't care anything about him.
He's
like he didn't have this cowboy shit thing. What is he like?
Adam Page has this problem, like, in some TV and movies that there was always that main character that just wasn't that interesting, but everybody around him was much more interesting. Mm-hmm. I think that's Adam Page.
And I think Adam Page is even back in his Bullet Club days, nobody really rocked him. He was just like there. He took the place of Cody Hall and Cody Hart didn't do nothing impressive. Then you got, I think Adam Page is just a person that's a good chaser for the title. Like, you don't give it to him.
So is Thunder Rosa. I agree. Thunder Rosa is the exact same. I love watching her.
She's she's been pretty boring with the title too.
But she's boring as hell.
I get it. I can see.
So Hangman Page is pretty much Hawkeye.
Oh,
yes. But only like Hawkeye's more interesting.
Damn, Hawkeye's more interesting than Hangman Page.
Yeah, at least Clint can crack jokes here and there.
Exactly. And he be
like,
he was groaning.
Like, you remember when Quicksilver kept annoying him? He was like, nobody would know. Nobody.
Oh my God.
He got a beer. He be drinking beer.
Wow.
He be drinking beer with the people. He be out here in these beer streets.
That's crazy.
See, it's a difference between being quiet and being boring.
Yeah.
Hangman's just boring.
I agree with that. I agree with that. So during her appearance on Steve Austin's Broken Skull sessions, Charlotte Flair commented briefly on the Banks Naomi walkout. Stone Cold asked her what she thought about it. Flair simply said, "For me, I can't imagine not working with them." She then said that her father, Ric Flair, compared Sasha and Charlotte's dynamic to himself and Ricky Steamboat. She said then also, but in terms of what they're going through, it's not my place to speak on behalf of the company or them because I'm not there right now. I thought that was a very honest and very PC answer. I think they were trying to get her to say something that she shouldn't probably say. But
that was a very nice Carolina, like, bless your heart, you know. Bless your heart. I love Shark. I love them. God be with them. If I see them again, then it'll be nice. But otherwise, bless your heart. That's
Wait, I love this. I love this voice.
you should stay. Come by the crib.
Oh, he is not wrong.
You good? You hungry? You want something to eat? Come on, I'll take care of you. Come on, child. I got you.
I'm already getting hungry. Just listen.
Like, listen, you can do this.
But
What
the
you
sweet
want,
tea, though.
but... Yeah. Oh, sweet tea, definitely on point.
Absolutely, from Eastern North Carolina. This is sweet.
I'm just saying,
That part.
I'm judgmental when it comes to my sweet tea. My
I
mom
don't like sweet tea.
You can just get off now, man.
I don't gang up against her. She's entitled. Did you kick her out?
Did you just kick her out?
Damn.
What the hell?
What? I was joking.
Wow.
I was like, man,
You did her like you did me in the last episode. You ain't shit, sir.
I told you we are taking control away from them. We're gonna have a meeting after this.
Yeah. No, it really depends on who's making the tea, because you know when you go to a family reunion, there's always that one person that make the tea way too sweet, like diabetes sweet.
That's too much.
That's why you put a lemon in it.
But sweet tea don't taste like nothing. Like, you gotta put lemon or something
Nick,
else.
they don't understand, Nick. They don't understand, bro.
Yeah, we don't get it. They don't get it.
They don't get it, man. They don't
It
get it.
don't taste like nothing. It's sugar water. It's brown sugar water. It don't taste like nothing.
I've learned the sweeter the tea, the more dead the taste buds of the person who's making it.
We got dead taste buds. Dang.
Except you, KD. You're perfect. We ain't worried about you. I'm talking about other people. I ain't worried about them.
We got
I was raised on sweet tea, so
this podcast tonight.
we are definitely wilding tonight. Final story of the night, y'all. After the show of Dynamite, Kenny Omega took to the mic to address the crowd, noting appreciation for fans as well as his recent recovery, saying that it's always a pleasure to perform. He was feeling as though he could talk to the crowd like a regular human being. Omega shared with the crowd that he had questioned himself many times over the months without his injury being in question, and whether or not he could return to perform at the level of others. While he noted that it will take some time for him to catch up to everyone and also the Young Bucks, also some time before he could challenge for a singles title, he is glad that everyone is with him on this journey. So a nice little face promo from Kenny Omega after the red light went off. But the fact that Kenny Omega is now back, what do you guys think about this return, and what do you think it means going forward with the trios titles and just AEW in general?
The elite got the trio titles now.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's no doubt now.
Kenny
You know
Omega.
something? I love Kenny. I am so happy Kenny's back. I was pissed because I missed it. I actually did. I went back and watched everything, but this is the problem with having your top guys be part of your team. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get it. They're always gonna be the first to get it. They're always gonna have the people that they like be at the top. It's always gonna be their friends. What did Slim say? Nepotism. It's always gonna be their friends. And if you not on top, you don't ever get it.
But here's how I see that going. They're gonna go to the finals, but I also think the House of Black is going to the finals as well. And I think they're gonna do business, as they say, and they're going to let the House of Black get over on this one and become the first ever.
So.
I don't think they brought Kenny back to let the
That's
House of
what
Black.
I'm saying. That's a good
point, though. Hold on, that's a good point because aside Brody King losing in that coffin match, the House of Black didn't take no L's for real.
But look at their competitors though. Like if you look at their competitors, you could have seen that from the very beginning that they were going to advance. Because look at who they went up against and all the people who would like just look at the bracket. It was like, well, duh, this is who it's going to be the Bucks with whoever, probably Kenny and House of Black. That's exactly who you knew it was going to be in the end.
I'll put it like this. I look at this if it comes down to the Kenny and the Bucks versus House of Black, if I'm a gambling man, I'm going to put my money on House of Black only because when we saw Brock versus Taker, everybody had their money on Taker, then Brock won. And everybody was sitting there looking like, what the fuck? Everybody putting their money on the Bucks and Kenny because, like, yo, they brought the Trios title in for them. They said they weren't going to bring him in until Kenny came back. Kenny's back. It's so obvious that they're going to give it to him. But why not flip it and give it to House of Black? Nobody would see
because then you'll say that the top guys in the company who basically run the company didn't even give it to themselves first. That's not gonna happen.
And the Bucks are record holders. Like they hold the record right now for holding the titles the longest and the shortest amount of time. You know, they just want to be.
They want.
Yeah, they got to be the first ones to do it.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna be the Young Bucks and Omega, just because that's kind of what they've already done. They held the titles for a very long time. They just both came off of dropping titles. I don't see them picking up new titles just for them. I would rather see somebody like Death Triangle have it if it was me.
Honestly,
Death Triangle is the most jobbiest faction.
Honestly, I could truly
great
see.
trio, though.
I would prefer the titles could be won by a heel faction. Simply because it makes it more fun when the heels have it, because now everybody's going to be gunning for them. The stories can be expanded way more. And Kenny even said it himself. He's not ready to come back. So putting the titles on them and he's not physically fit.
That narrative.
Yeah. So they're literally going to end up, if you go by story, they win. Kenny's still injured. They're going to end up dropping those titles. So they got to go to somebody else. If you look at it from a storyline perspective, but if you give it to a team that is a heel team and they win, that's going to make the matches even more exciting because you have the faces and everybody else going after them.
So they're not. You don't think they're going to get it the first? You don't think they're going to be the first time? I think it's more possible of what you said with them dropping it quickly. I can see that before I see them losing them.
But if you drop it quickly, you're killing the credibility of the titles before they even get a chance to start.
And I just thought of something too, because what if they get real close to winning against the House of Black, then the Undisputed Elite interrupts, and then the House of Black gets the win, because they still got that storyline going. They just turned on the Bucks, and we never got no follow-up towards that. That could be the follow-up, like the Undisputed Elite.
What's the stipulations of this match?
And
what kind of match is it?
And if I also may add something else, Do you remember when Hangman won the title off of Kenny?
Yes.
The Bucks gave Hangman a look and pretty much let Kenny lose because they could have interfered and done something, but they let him lose. That has yet to be addressed.
What about Hangman getting the belt?
When Hangman won the title off of Kenny,
right
back, I forgot what pay-per-view it was, but do you remember that whole look that Matt Jackson gave Hangman? Like,
good job. Well, I mean, that's his guy, though. I mean,
no, not even after the match. This was during the match.
Oh,
during the match.
Uh-huh.
He gave him a little nod. Like, yeah, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, they gave him the nod. Yeah, I remember that.
I do.
That has yet to be addressed, which is another reason why I say that the Bucks and Kenny can't win, because that needs to be addressed.
Okay, look at us remembering.
At least somebody can, because I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And that match, yeah.
Hey, we wrestle fans. We're no different than.
I must have had a bottle of Riesling that night. I don't remember.
We wrestle fans. We're no different. We're no different than any other fandom, man. Like any other fandoms, like remember stuff. We do too.
Yeah.
Hey, the bump of the week goes out to Katie. This will be sponsored this week by Katie's Wine Glasses.
Right. Katie's Wine Glasses. If you want your wine to have that nice silhouette,
drinking wine like a queen over there.
I personally think that was a change of direction. I think that was a creative change of direction, but by Kenny dropping the belt, he's injured. He had to go leave for a while. He's lost all these other belts. Like, let's take these belts off of Kenny because he had like 8 of them. Let's take these belts off of Kenny. Let him go heal up, do his thing.
Well, yeah, they had to do that, but
I think he's not full Kenny Omega, but he's still top tier. Whatever this working, I don't believe he's hurt still. I don't believe that. I think that was we'll find out next week maybe.
And they can use that like, yo, the only reason y'all won because Kenny wasn't out of 100. He could be the and that's how, yo, kick to the leg or whatever, roll up, boom, 1, 2, 3. Like, yo, you only beat me because I was injured, so you didn't fight up.
And honestly, I don't think Kenny wants the kicks from Aleister Black. Like, that dude's like a real, a real martial artist. So, like, he had to really pull those kicks.
Yeah,
he can injure Kenny like real quick if he doesn't pull his kicks right.
Wait, isn't Aleister Black injured? Or didn't he just say, like, I thought I just heard something about him being injured, or he has to get surgery or something with his neck.
Well,
not that I've heard.
I've been following him on TikTok. Like all he does is just show his training videos. Like he looks like he's perfectly fine. Like because all you do is train.
What am I thinking of then? I thought he just had like a. I thought they said something about the fact that he isn't like he's having some issue. I thought that's what I just read. Hold on, let me see.
I know Lulu be having them insiders now.
Exactly. She knows that before anybody else.
She know about people get injured before they even know they're gonna get injured. What a problem about having me injured? How you know? 2 days on Raw. How the fuck she know that?
This past Monday morning, Black did post a pair of videos and a message on his TikTok saying, until about 3 months ago, I was dealing with a back injury I was convinced was going to force me into retirement. Shit. But after a literal year of treatment that went from working to a complete failure on several occasions, we all of a sudden hit the correct vertebrae during a dry needle session and released everything. From there, we were able to rehab and strengthen. You can check out the video too for the horrendous view of my personal reaction to it. However, allowing me now a few months later to slowly recover, get back into deadlifting and a few more compound moves.
That explains
Lulu remembering.
So that explains all the training videos on TikTok.
I'm coming down.
Wow. But yeah, so there's some truth to that. So I mean, maybe he is ready to go because that match is this Wednesday coming up. And honestly, they're gonna go all the way. I love Death Triangle, but I don't see them letting Will Ospreay take another L. Not him.
No, Death Triangle is their jobber faction.
They're not jobbers.
They're not jobbers at all. They shouldn't be, but they treat them like
it.
When do they they have some of the best matches ever, but when do they win?
They won the tag
Exactly, and
team.
they always get them. And Pentagon always get his mask pulled off. Like that drives
That's
me
what I'm
insane.
saying.
They
Insane.
got the tag team championships off the Bucks. Pac won the championship at Forbidden Door. Like so.
But you talking
right
about
now-
stuff that's
They never
years
win as a
ago.
team, though.
They don't win as a team at all, ever. Never.
That
Right
might be
now,
the dark horse.
tag
That might be the dark horse.
Hell, no one grabs Serpentico's mask.
If it's him this time, but
Like, as a big fan of Lucha Libre, that's a big pet peeve of mine in wrestling. Like
Why they always do
you
that.
Hold on,
can-
wait.
hear me out. You can mess with the mask. Like Eddie Guerrero knew how to do this shit. That's why I love Eddie. Because every time he fucks with a luchador's mask, he never pulls it off. He just teased that he's gonna do it, but eventually he always fails. Nowadays, you got dudes just yanking the mask right off the
Ripping it
guy.
off.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay,
mask
I understand
off
what you're saying,
totally.
Static. But here's the thing: Andrade does it the most out of anybody, and him and Roosh don't wear masks. He does. He's done it like
Let me
3
tell you
or 4
something.
times in the last 2 months.
Let me tell you, the person who started it and holds the record for it was Alberto Del Rio.
Yes.
He did it the most.
But those are luchadors who don't wear masks either, though.
To be fair, he's also a little bitch too. So like he look like he pulled down your drawers to win a match and some shit. Oh, he's got a naked cheeks in the ring. 1, 2, 3.
And the Young Bucks, they're right behind them. Like the Young Bucks used to do that all the time, man. It drove me insane.
Oh, question: was Dragon Lee injured at the end of that match? Because Kenny was like, when he was hovering, like laying over him, holding him. I'm like,
I'm not sure.
I'm like, because I know I was like, when they hold somebody else's hand like that, like, yo, is he injured? Like, he was still talking about, is he injured? Did something go wrong?
Yeah, because Kenny was talking to him for a good little second at
like,
the end of that match. I noticed that too.
Because I'm like, I know you ain't just talking to this. Y'all just seen it backstage 45 minutes ago.
Well, that was his television debut, though, wasn't it? That was his Dynamite debut for Dragon Lee.
I don't give me that.
He was at Forbidden Door against Roosh, but I think that was Dragon Lee's. It may have been his.
That was his
Dynamite television debut. Which was a great match.
Dragon Lee's always been associated with Ring of Honor.
True. All right, y'all. Well, that is all the news for this evening. A lot of news we had unpacked, a lot of conversations were had, and a lot of shots were fired.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get out of here, we will give our guest of honor the first crack at recapping us for the night. So, Junie, Blurred Spot Podcast, Kenny Omega has come back. Charlotte has comments. We have NXT Heatwave bot. Shawn Michaels getting promoted, and then we have the backstage heat with Punk plus all the recap. Wrapping up tonight, Junie. Final thoughts.
First of all, thank you for letting me be on this joint with y'all. Hope I can come back. I ain't got much to say, man. It was just so much dopeness. I'm enjoying AEW a lot, and I'm excited to see what Triple A is doing with going to continue to do WWE in the future. But like, I want to see what the CM Punk match and Miles match going to be looking like. I know Miles going to bleed in the first 10 seconds of the match. I take that back the first 5 seconds.
Oh, okay, you hold on, because I might want to get in on that action.
You want to get it? What you want to do?
You said 10 seconds? 10 seconds? Or 5 seconds?
Is that $8 I have put in my makeup drawer?
It is.
Damn.
I'm gonna double it.
He went to the secret stock stash. Oh my god.
I got a 20, so
I'm gonna double it for you now. I'm gonna double it. That's gas money.
I'm calling the first 5 seconds.
Heel Jones. Final thoughts, my dude.
It was a wonderful week for professional wrestling.
Indeed.
And in all companies, not sports entertainment, but sports entertainment, but actually for professional wrestling. I think I want to say we got to get rid of some of these mid guys on WWE. I don't think Triple H is. We got to get rid of this Triple H savior complex. Paul Levesque is not a savior. He's working with a lot of scraps over here. I mean, we might as well bring Doink and Hacksaw Jim Duggan and whoever else we can bring back.
Barnes and Noble is wrong.
Man, dude. No, I'm sorry. Ciampa. I'm sorry. Somebody say this shit. Ciampa is a fucking valet or whatever the fuck this is. He's out there looking like Virgil with the $1 Million Man. This is bullshit.
Damn. Who hurt you?
Theory doing.
No,
I'm Heel Jones now, man. I'm Heel Jones. So
Heel Jones is correct.
And look,
Triple H
may
over
be
AJ
working
Styles, that
with
weak ass spear, that flipping ass spear. That shit's weak as fuck, bro. We gotta call this shit down the line. What it is, what it is. The Mid, I don't like him. I don't really care for Theory doing his damn Prince Pretty impersonation. We gotta get together, man. We need some talent. So Shawn Michaels will take this job. He needs to go ahead and take this job and get some real talent. And I ain't talking about scooping people from AEW. Get some new guys.
The Heel Jones heat of the moment brought to you by Hostess Fruit Pies.
We can't afford hostess. We'll make some shit up.
And also by Sam's Purified Water.
See, now you got Walmart coming here.
Yeah, Sam's Purified Water. That's what Roman Reigns is. Jason Momoa.
When your wrestling is dry, Sam's Purified Water does the trick.
Roman Reigns is the Dasani of wrestlers, bro.
Dasani?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Nick, you gonna let this happen?
I acknowledge the fact that the guy has 3 moves. I acknowledge that fact. That's great. You have 3 moves. That's cool. You know, that's what you need in WWE.
He would pick the only one that has salt in it.
My wrestling rant of the week is that we got to quit throwing guys to the fucking corner turnbuckle and moving out the way and their shoulder hitting. And we got to quit throwing guys to the damn stairs. Those stairs are like beating the fuck up. WWE, we need better matches, better spots, and better bumps. I'm done.
And better stairs.
Stop it.
You had to let him talk, Nixie.
You had to.
Wow. He did say final thoughts, and these are his thoughts, and they are final.
Like, there ain't no final thought. That's a final paragraph.
He was on his Bernie Mac. I hate black keys on the piano. I hate black
He got Roman Reigns looking like the Dasani of wrestling.
It's not my fault that WWE, all their wrestlers come from Five Below. Let's talk about it.
Wow. What did Five Below ever do to you? Who hurt you? Seriously, who hurt you?
They did raise their prices. They like $5.55 now.
I can deal with that, but who hurt him? Okay, leave my store alone. Okay, they're the next step up from Dollar Tree. Don't fuck with them. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
I'm tired of Miz. I'm tired of Theory. I'm tired of all these people.
I'm gonna tell you what the fuck is going on.
Let me tell you about what the hell is going on.
I got nothing.
Roman Reigns, you some of them.
All you do is Superman punches. You ain't.
You ain't Kal-El, huh? You ain't Kal-El.
DJ Quick.
Here he
Capri.
Who you think you is? You know what Triple H was a nigga. I don't mean
we ain't never getting anybody to know WWE shit, y'all.
Never.
Oh, Jesus.
What are we doing with all these 3D tickets of these
I'm tired
wrestlers
of seeing
that no
the
one else
get
can
that
see?
jump every week by Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns have had 75 fucking house shows. Who really cares about the Castle, the whatever, Castle Grayskull match? Who gives a fuck about that when they wrestled in house shows all across America on Sunday nights for all the fucking pandemic? Like, we tired of this shit. Drew McIntyre, go somewhere else, bro.
Give Pete Dunne his name back. Sick of calling him Butch. Butch sounds like he should be something else.
And bring back Teddy Wrestling. We need Teddy Gargano back.
You know what?
Okay, Nick's
Any WWE sponsors is gone from now.
Nick's is back in control now.
Am I?
No WrestleMania tickets are gone off the table.
Heel Jones has fulfilled his quota for the night.
Hand it back like yeah.
And Bernie Mac has made a special guest appearance. Thank you very much.
It ain't not. Lou, anything at all to follow that?
Honestly, I don't.
Okay.
What follows that?
That's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. That's Navy. Anything?
Right now, we are in a potential renaissance with wrestling. There are still some changes that need to be made. There are still some things that need to be fixed, and it's not going to be an overnight
on both sides.
So the key word for that is going to be patience and understanding, because Triple H was given a dirty fucking house by a dirty old man, and now he's got to try and clean that shit up.
Yeah, and his steaks. Yeah.
And his steaks. His steaks and his two-tone ties. Sick to death of him. Carry on with your Republican wife.
Oh my God.
But I think
that was a hard snort.
Hey, Linda McMahon stormed the Capitol, y'all. They'll talk about that though. Linda McMahon stormed the Capitol.
but what I will say this, and I'll end it here. We're in a fantastic position as wrestling fans because there's more going on now for the fans and for the performers and for the wrestlers than there's ever been. So we just got to give it a chance and just let it run its course.
All right, Static, my man. Final thoughts.
In the words of Justin Roberts, shit's about to hit the fan.
Yeah. Baby.
I love that promo. We got to use that as a soundbite. Ladies and gentlemen, shit's about to hit the fan.
I won't find that. Babe, final thoughts.
I mean, we recorded 4 episodes, so thank y'all for following us. This is our last one. Everyone that came out,
we gave it a good run.
Shout out to Jeffrey Robinson.
As for me, it's been a hell of a week in wrestling. Great content all the way around. We will see what happens next with AEW and the future coming toward the All Out pay-per-view. Triple H still has a long way to go, even though he's working with scraps. But let's not forget that Soul Food also came from scraps. And
that was good. That was good right there. Yeah, right. That was really good. I like that.
That was really good,
sir.
I does this shit. But anyway,
that was really good. Yeah. Like
on behalf of myself and everyone else, and Phil Jones, Junie, this has been Color Commentary Wrestling Podcast, and we bid you all adieu, goodbye, and good night. Bang.